Hello and welcome to Behind the Spires, live here at City Hall. I'm Ed, and this is...
Hi guys, I'm Molly, and we are your friendly neighborhood city employees, and normally we take you behind the spires, but today we're doing a little something different.
A little bit different. We're here live, as mentioned, in front of City Hall, not behind the spire.
And we're here on a very special day. It's the Mayor's Giveaday in May inaugural kickoff event.
Yeah.
And we have with us Blessings in a Backpack behind us, and we have city employees and Blessings in a Backpack staff here packing weekend meals for elementary school children all across Frederick County.
Yes. So you can see it's a little bit busy back here, but everybody's having a good time. And who's going to be our first guest here today?
We do have some special guests for you today. We have, we're going to start off with Shana,
yes,
who is going to talk a little bit about the Mayor's Giveaday in May. And then we're going to have the mayor up. And then we're going to have Dr. Ashley Waters, who is the managing director of Blessings in a Backpack.
Yes.
And you will see some lovely assembly lines behind us. We have people, I believe they're racing, seeing how many bags they can pack in a short amount of time.
Ooh, they do that?
Yeah.
So do we know how many they made last year?
I don't know. We did this last year. I think this is, well, Shana can verify for us, but I believe this is the third year that we're kicking off with Blessings in a Backpack. So it's always a fun time. And Shana's going to tell you there's so many other opportunities to volunteer.
Yes.
Through the Mayor's Giveaday in May. And she'll share the URL with you shortly. I feel kind of like the Today Show.
Yeah. Just kind of got to stretch things out until like the guests come.
I'm Katie Couric.
I'm not Matt Lauer.
No. Oh, I think we have Shana here with us.
Yes.
Shana, welcome.
Hi, guys. Thank
Come
you.
sit down.
Great. How are you?
Welcome back to Behind the Spires.
Welcome back.
Oh, nice.
Let's start at the top.
All right.
Okay? For anyone who hasn't come across Mayor's Giveaday in May, what is it and how many have you organized?
All right, so we are actually in the third annual Mayor's Giveaday in May.
I was right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Third annual. We started in 2024, and it's an effort for the city to engage residents, community members, visitors, workers, and service projects across the city or that benefit the city, because we do have some projects located outside of the city, like in Kemar, that benefit like veterans in the city. So just really to engage people, but also like connect individuals to the nonprofits and learn about their community.
It's such a great idea.
Now, this year's initiative is tied to Frederick's USA 250 commemoration. How did that connection come about, and what does turning a national milestone into a local service hours mean for the city?
Okay, so actually, like, the honest story is that, you know, we do this every year, and when setting this up, it felt like just what a better, like, we never themed it before, but it was like, why not theme it? Why not make it a USA 250 celebration? I know civic service is part of that, under that umbrella, and we're doing it already, so why not connect it? And also, I think it's a really good way to help people feel connected to our 250th and feeling like they're doing something to honor, you know, America's birthday, or 250th, so yeah.
I love it. It's all about service.
Yeah.
So talk to us about like what your job looks like in the months leading up to May. So how does a single project like today go from wouldn't it be cool to we're in front of City Hall on a live podcast with all these beautiful people?
Well, with it being the third year, it kind of is like a autopilot thing now. Now we have nonprofits that'll be like, hey, May's coming up. Are you wanting us to come out? And like, for example, Blessings in a Backpack. Are we doing this again? This is becoming one of our favorite traditions at the city. But what I am doing, I'm constantly working with the nonprofits throughout the year, so I have an idea of things that they do volunteer-wise, what they need volunteers for. So I'll just call them, email them, say, hey, we're looking for projects. This year we focus on like larger scale projects that can have groups of like 10 to 20 or more volunteers. They'll be like, yeah, we're on board, and we'll just talk about it, we'll set it up, and then on our end, we recruit the volunteers. So we say, hey, you set up the project, we send the volunteers, and it's easy now.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's like a known thing now.
Yeah.
People
Right.
reach out. Yeah.
Now, can you tell us about the partner for today, Blessings in a Backpack? How did this come together?
So this came together. I think we just generally had like a great relationship with Blessings, but even like beyond my role at the city, I've always just loved the work that they do. So if you don't know, Blessings in a Backpack provides weekend food for food insecure students. They don't really, I think any student can access the food now, but it's items like canned goods, canned fruit or little like cups of fruit, protein, like they have Jack Links, like the beef jerky, things that kids can easily open on their own when they're home, just to ensure that they are eating some type of nutrition over the weekend when they're not getting their meal at school. So they feed tons of kids. I know that they just shared today that they had a very long wait list, and they were able to serve that wait list thanks to a grant they received from the city and from other partners. But they do a really good job making sure that no kid is hungry over the weekend. So today we're packing some bags for kids to take home over the weekend.
I love that, and I want to also call out, because I saw them and we did it last year too, the kindness cards.
Yeah.
So what is that from? I think it's from like different kids around this age. Volunteers.
Kids, yeah. And they said that's like the favorite part for a lot of kids is like they look forward to opening their bags and they seeing what the cards say.
It's like a nice little like inspirational,
like little affirmations.
Yes. Yeah. We were when we were packing last year, we were like picking them up and being like, like I'm gonna remember this.
Absolutely.
So what does a job well done look like for you at the end of May? Is it more people volunteering with the city? Is it not like a new nonprofit relationship or something like
there's not one answer. Like I think it's a win if we can grow it each year. I think obviously we want this to get bigger and bigger each year. But I think also for me, like on a deeper level, is having nonprofits connect with new volunteers, because those relationships can grow. And then so I believe last year we had a corporate group volunteer for a project, and they stayed in touch with, and that relationship grew. So my goal is to connect people to the mission of the nonprofit. Some people might not know that Blessings exists. Like I know a few people today didn't know anything about Blessings, so they got to learn about this mission, and maybe they'll go volunteer after May. But so I think it's really the connections and helping people feel like they can be part of something. I think one of the best ways to get involved in your community is by volunteering and to feel connected.
Yes, it's like you're in the city if you're helping others in the city.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, if you go think about the past 3 years that you guys have been doing this, is there a story that, or maybe something during the event that stuck with you? A moment that reminded you why this matters.
There's so many, but one that I'm reminded of every day is there's a mural on the Boys and Girls Club's Burke Street location.
Yeah.
And it's like a nice mural that has like a diverse group of kids on it. And last year, our volunteers through Give a Day in May got to help start that mural. So now it's complete and it's beautiful. So every time I drive by, I pick up my daughter from Boys and Girls Club. I feel good that I was part of that, and I know that there's so many other hands that were part of that, and they probably feel the same way. And that goes back to like feeling part of this community. Now, when that mural's standing 20 years, people can show their grandkids like, I got to work on that mural. So that mural is very meaningful. It represents our community. It's beautiful. It's vibrant. It's diverse. And many people got to have a part in it. So
That's really
nice.
Nice.
Cool.
I love that. So for someone listening who has never volunteered in Frederick before, what's the easiest first step that they can get involved this May?
Can I break the fourth wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
The easiest thing, if you want to get involved in general, like it really starts in your own backyard. Help your neighbors. If you feel like you want to take it a step further, Google volunteer opportunities, call a nonprofit and see what they need, or figure out what you're passionate about. What is something that you just feel deeply about that you want to be connected to? See what comes up. You're always welcome to give me a call, and I can connect you with the nonprofit as well. I'm always glad to do that. But I think finding something that you're passionate about, and if you don't know, just dibble dabble, do a few things. Sign up for Give a Day in May. You have a few options, and then you can figure out what you're passionate about. But really, it starts with helping your neighbor, smiling at a stranger, paying for someone's coffee, helping someone across the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like little things like that. It really does make you want to continue to give back. It feels so good. Yeah.
I like the dibble dabble. And can you give a quick, a really quick shout out to some of the other projects that are on the website?
Yes. Okay. So this year we have large group projects with organizations like I Believe in Me, Platoon 22, Love for Laughlin. I'm actually going to go back to the Platoon 22. That one is located outside of the city, but it serves veterans. They have a retreat center that's new, so shout out to that. It's called Platoon Pastures. They're going to have horses. What is it?
Equine therapy. Yes.
But they're going to need help with like that and like painting fences and spring beautification. So
love it.
I highly recommend, if you don't mind venturing out a little bit, going there, because that does support our local veterans. Read a book day with I Believe in Me, packing kits with Love for Laughlin. We're going to have a nice Baker Park cleanup day. Hopefully the weather stays good for that. I think we've been lucky so far to find a good luck. So yeah, we have a lot of projects. So you're just going to have to check out the website and see. And then if you have a large group and none of those days work for you, I encourage groups to reach out to me and we can go from there.
And give us the URL.
It's
FrederickMD.gov/giveaday.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
All right. Well,
and beyond May 31st, really quickly, where does this energy go?
Exactly. We got a lot of energy here.
Well, just keep going.
Just keep going. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of unity that's going to happen over the next few weeks as we do these projects. And like, let's just try to remember that we can come together in many ways. It doesn't have to be just volunteerism, but like, this is what our country is all about. You know, we're better when we come together and just find other ways and then continue to get involved on your own.
Love it.
Love it.
Shana, you're a dream.
Thank you. So are you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
You got to pack some bags. How to open them
next?
Oh, the mayor.
The
mayor's coming
to
up.
open the bag.
Okay.
Yeah, that takes a lot of time.
So last year, as we mentioned, we did do a little competition. You could get on either side of the beautiful assembly lines, and we would start at the top and then race.
Yeah. Try
So
to
it was
as many
giving
as you
back
could.
and
fun.
It was fun. Oh, and we have our next guest with us here today, Mayor Michael O'Connor. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to Behind the Spires. The live.
I'm going to get the 5-time jacket soon.
Soon.
Yes.
I think you're one visit away.
I think so.
So tell us, why is Give a Day in May so near and dear to your heart, and what makes this event so special?
I think one of the things that really makes Frederick special is the spirit of volunteerism and cooperation. And we can't do everything in government. We rely very heavily on our nonprofit partners to do a lot of work in this community. And Give a Day in May is a way for us to impress that upon our employees and upon the community at large, that nothing that we do as a community we do by ourselves. We have to do it in collaboration and partnership with others. And spending a few hours to volunteer is a really small way giving your time that supports a lot of great organizations in our community.
I love it.
Yes. This is one of the city's contributions to the USA 250 commemoration. Why service rather than, say, like a parade or something?
Well, I mean, I think there's lots of different organizations who can do lots of different things in support of how you celebrate. But I think for this community, in this state, in this country today, service is really where you can make the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to turn down a great celebration. Those are fantastic opportunities, and we want to celebrate every opportunity we can get. But I think there's great celebration we can do by asking people to roll up their sleeves a little bit and pitch it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm a big believer that if everybody did what they could, then no one would have to do too much.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think that's what we're trying to achieve with this, and making sure that activities like these are spotlighted as part of the nation's 250th.
And so when you talk to other mayors or like NLC about Frederick, what do you tell them about how this community shows up for each other? Do you brag about us a little bit?
We brag all the time, and sometimes I feel like we brag too much. But when we have an opportunity to...
Oh. We got a hot mic.
Hot mic.
Good
A
job.
little technical. This is Carrie, by the way, one of our awesome assistants here.
And he gives back.
He
by doing
does.
some audio-visual help. All right. Are we good to go? Yes.
We're good to go? Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming through loud and clear.
So, yes. Talk about
Ground
how
control to Major Tom.
talk about how you brag about us.
Yes.
One of the benefits of being involved with organizations like the National League of Cities and the Maryland Municipal League is you get to travel all over the state, and in some instances to other communities. And when you hear them talk about some of their challenges, one of the recurring themes we hear from other communities is they don't necessarily have good cross-governmental collaboration. And I feel like that's one of the things we've done in Frederick really well. The county executive likes to talk about it as the Frederick way. It's just a concept that we get more done when we work together. And there are certainly a lot of amazing things happening in communities all over this country, and we hear and see about that all the time. But I wouldn't trade the amazing things that are happening in other places for the amazing things that are happening here, because I really do think that this community has figured out how to make it work. We're not perfect.
Yeah.
So I always have to, put that caveat in there that we're not, the roads are not paved with gold. It doesn't, rain glitter. We have a community that's got its challenges.
Yeah.
But what we're not afraid to do is to sit down and talk about what those are and figure out how to solve them.
Yeah. Now, how has the volunteer culture here in Frederick changed alongside the growth that we've experienced lately?
I think that as the community continues to grow, you continue to see needs in the community for new ways in which people can be involved and volunteer. When you're a community that has certain demographic profile, volunteerism can look like one thing. We're a community that's got a lot of history, a lot of arts and culture. We have our share of community members in need, but I think the community starts to identify where the nonprofit world can come in and fill the gaps that perhaps government can't or shouldn't do.
Right.
And so it looks a little different in every community, but I think here what there's been is a strong recognition from our nonprofit partners to step up when they need to.
Is there a need right now that maybe isn't on people's radar in the Frederick community?
I don't think it's anything. I don't think they're a big surprise in this community. I think what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
We have people who are living at and below the poverty line, and a program like this today, Blessings in a Backpack, is really about helping the most vulnerable members of our community in ways that maybe is obvious once you talk about it, but people don't think about it.
Yeah.
From Friday afternoon until Monday morning, there is a subset of children in this community that don't have access to reliable meals. Once they're out of school and before they come back. And Blessings in a Backpack is a program that fills that gap. And I don't think we want to think about the idea that there are hungry kids in our community, but there are.
Yeah.
And there's two ways to solve it. One is feed them, which is what this is about. The second is where we have to step in and look at the systemic reasons of why poverty, homelessness, hunger exist in a community that's as affluent as ours.
Yeah.
And some of that may be how nonprofits work, some of it may be how the government works, some of it may be how those two things work together. And I think that's where we have to be courageous enough to admit that we're not perfect and be willing to sit down and talk about how you solve the problems.
You spend most of your time in meetings throughout the day. I think a lot of us tend to do that. What does it mean for you to actually spend? What does it actually mean for you to spend some time, here in the quality outdoors, helping to pack bags for neighbors instead?
Yeah, I think that I wouldn't want to over-exaggerate the amount of time I spend in meetings. I certainly do spend a lot of time in meetings, but I also spend a lot of time meeting with people out and about, attending events, being involved in what's going on in the community. It's a really well-rounded opportunity to be the mayor. It's the greatest job I've ever had. And it brings me the opportunity to interact with people in so many different ways. And a piece of that has to be being present. And the Mayor's Giveaday in May is an opportunity for the month of May for the mayor to be present, yes, but really for the city to be present. We're calling upon our employees to be part of the solution, to be the people who assist and help when that call goes out. And so no job would be enjoyable to me if it was the same thing every day. And I've been really fortunate with the jobs that I have had to have the kind of work that lets me do different things every day and interact with the community in different ways. And it's really the best part about what I get to do.
So for those who don't know how to get plugged in to the Mayor's Giveaday in May, what can they do?
Well, there's opportunities through the city's website to find where we're doing our programs. I'm probably sadly not the best person to answer that question because
FrederickMD.gov /
there we go.
giveaday.
Because I know that we have all that stuff out there. I would be hard pressed to tell you where to find that. It's the benefits of also being of working with a great team of people that every day do all they can to make the city look good, and if the city looks good, then the mayor looks good, and it needs to work in that order.
Yes.
The city first, then the mayor, and that's where our focus is.
And there's plenty of opportunities for people.
There are dozens of opportunities
So-
over the month in all kinds of different ways. Things that are like this that, are, I won't say a relatively light lift or a relatively heavy lift, to things that are, cleanup operations and, really rolling up your sleeves and, getting your hands dirty in a different kind of a way. But it's all necessary.
Yeah, last
We
year.
did that last year. We were pulling like tree stumps out
Yes.
God
at
bless
the
you.
Hurley house. It was great. It's so fun.
Would you believe they gave me a chainsaw?
Yeah, they gave Ed a chainsaw.
I would
so-
hope that it was because they knew you had signed some liability statement and
Yes.
said you had operated a chainsaw.
A waiver was signed. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
And thank you
Thank
for the
you.
Mayor's Giveaday.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for being out here. Glad we gave you good weather.
Yes,
Now,
absolutely.
Go get a kindness card.
Yes.
Thank you. You're awesome.
I love them. They're so aspirational.
I know, right?
All right.
So who we got? We got Dr. Ashley Waters
Dr.
coming
Ashley
up
Waters
next.
is coming up, and she is the managing director of Blessings in a Backpack. So she's going to tell us more and more about this organization. It's so fantastic. Like Shana said and the mayor said, we've been partnering with them for the past 3 years to do this Mayor's Giveaday in May. So Dr. Ashley Waters, come sit down.
Real quick, is everybody having a good time out here? Yeah!
Look at him. Thank you so much for joining us. And so for those who are meeting you for the first time, give us a brief introduction and who is Blessings in a Backpack?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started with Blessings in a Backpack in July as the managing director, and Blessings has been in this community for 12 years. So happy to come in and kind of continue to lead that effort. Blessings is an organization that is solely focused on weekend hunger. There's 65 hours between lunch on Friday and breakfast on Monday, and our goal is to make sure that kids have kid-friendly, easy-to-open, pre-cooked food that they can eat no matter what house they're going back to, whether they have parental support, all those types of things. So for us, we try to make sure the kids have complete autonomy over their weekends and have enough food to come back to Monday at school ready to learn and not catch up.
It's such a great organization.
It is. Now, you came to this role after years in Frederick City government, including Housing and Human Services and communications. What pulled you from the public sector side over to leading a nonprofit?
Yeah, so most people don't know this. Before I came to Frederick, I was in the nonprofit sector. So I went nonprofit, government, and back to nonprofit.
Okay.
But for me, my career is really rooted in helping people find access to things they need, because I've seen access to education, information, food, basic necessities really launch people and be that launching pad that they need. So for me, whether it's working at HHS, helping in that capacity, or a more grassroots organization like Blessings, for me, I really just want to focus on that access piece. So I love being a part of Blessings mission.
Awesome.
And so you touched a little bit about this, but weekends specifically, why? So are kids getting meals at school and then they go home and there may not be adequate food for them there? Like what?
Yeah, so the kids we serve receive free reduced meals, breakfast and lunch at school. So think throughout the week, and then obviously we have great organizations like the Food Bank and the Rescue Mission and food pantries that are doing more family-oriented food. So for us, we're kind of supplementing food just for the kids. Again, things that they can open themselves. We know that a lot of families have parents that need to work on the weekends, and they have kids that need to stay home or need to be able to manage, feeding themselves. So again, trying to keep them safe, not having to use appliances. But also make sure, again, they have food that is, again, things that they like, and they can kind of eat themselves in case they don't have a parent or guardian around to help them with lunch. But again, we're supplemental to all the other awesome food security efforts in the county.
Yeah, it reminds me, because I was a single mom working for a time, and I remember my daughter FaceTiming me and being like, I can't open the tuna fish, and like trying to walk her through like the can opener. But all this stuff, it's like pop open or twist
or
open.
rip or something like that. Absolutely.
It's so smart.
She can open the tuna fish now.
Yeah,
right?
she can. She's 19. We got her there.
Now I'm seeing a lot of like really good like options for like the kids and everything here. Like some really good stuff. Like can you explain like what's in one of these bags and how do you decide like what goes in there? Well, are there any constraints that shape what we're packing today?
Yeah, of course. So a lot of people don't know that Blessings is actually a national organization. It was started in Frederick 12 years ago by a volunteer, and that's why everyone kind of assumes it's just a Frederick thing.
Yeah.
But it's actually a national organization, and the great part is that because we're a national organization, I have access to some resources beyond Frederick, and one of those is a registered dietitian and nutritionist. So she is the one that is helping us build our menus with our food providers across the country, and then we're able to mobilize that locally. So every bag we have has 2 protein items, 2 breakfasts, 2 fruits, and 2 snacks. We're really big into protein. Our cereals are higher in whole grain, lower in sugar. So it's not what we can buy on the shelves. I really wish it was, but it's specially produced food for schools. And so because of those national connections, we're able to keep it very nutritionally balanced, and the caloric intake, protein, all that is taken into account.
That's
love that.
so good, because a lot of like affordable options are not super healthy. And like, again, speaking from experience, like the thing you grab the quickest is not always like the best thing for your kids. It's just like, I gotta feed them. So it's really great that you have someone who's like overseeing nutrition on all of this. How many kids does Frederick County feed?
Right now we're feeding 3,400 kids every Friday, and we're in 32 schools.
Wow.
So we are continuing to, address the need. The need continues to go up because of SNAP and WIC changes and certain federal government changes, but also because things at the store are going up, the gas pump, the grocery store, etc.
Yeah.
So for us, we're trying to balance that need, but right now we're consistently feeding 3,400, and consistency is really one of the core tenets of what we do. We want to be able to show up every Friday so these kids and families can rely on that food.
They expect it, and you're there for them.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Now, what does an event like today unlock for Blessings?
Yeah, so we love packing events. One, it helps people get their hands in the mission, right? And sometimes it's kind of hard to understand, like, what does a food bag look like, and what does a kid-friendly food bag look like? So I think it just helps everyone kind of understand what we're doing. But for us, the awareness of food insecurity for children especially is super important. I'm not saying people ever forget about it, but it's easy sometimes to just go throughout our day forgetting that 1 in 5 children are at risk of becoming food insecure in this county, and that's a real number. That those are our neighbors, our friends, our coworkers, etc. So for us, making sure it stays on the forefront of everyone's mind, and everyone realizes, to be honest, how simple it is to help with the mission. Everyone's like, this is so easy. Yes, we want it to be easy. It's impactful, but it's easy, and everyone can play a part.
And it's fun. And talk to us about what else people can do, because I think you can donate right through your website, right? If they can't get out here.
So it costs $5 for us to put every one of these bags together from beginning to end. So I always say, for $15 a month, you can feed a kid for a year. So if you ever want to make a donation, those are just some numbers to keep in your head around, like, true impact. We also have a lot of organizations that do food collections for us. So we have a list of the types of foods that we try to get and try to keep to make sure those nutritionally balanced options are there. But again, sports teams, churches, businesses, lots of people do that. And then at the end, I don't know if you can see it there, we have kindness cards. So every one of our bags has a little positivity note, and that is really great for our garden club, cocktail clubs, like all groups of people that just like to do some therapeutic coloring and drawing. Is a great way to just cheer up the kids, but also lend a hand. So we have lots of different ways for people to engage, all detailed on our website, and we're always happy to chat about opportunities too.
So what's the best way? Would they go to the website and find out more? Do they contact you? Like, how do people get involved?
So I mean, the website has a contact form that's probably the simplest, and that's frederick.blessingsinthebackpack.org. But again, a lot of people know Jen Anderson, my counterpart. It's just the two of us on staff. So again, we get messages all over the place: Facebook, email, text. We love when people get energized about helping the mission. So however anyone wants to reach us, that's perfectly fine.
Carrier pigeon, they're down.
Yes, exactly.
So you said hunger-free weekends mean stronger families and healthier learners. Talk about that.
Yeah, so, the research shows that when kids come that don't have proper nutrition over the weekend, it takes them till about Wednesday to actually catch up, to not be distracted, to not be like dealing with the hunger pangs in their stomach. We know that when children are hungry, they're distracted, they're not able to concentrate and learn. Sometimes there's more behavioral issues, and then that impacts their education. And I know we all believe in the power of an education. So for us, we really consider ourselves an education mission, even though we're in the food security space, because the work of everyone in this community helping us to feed kids allows them to show up and to show up to learn, which then just opens up their doors, and we really can fuel their dreams that way.
And that's like their only thing then. They just have to show up and they just have to learn, and that's it. They don't have to worry about being hungry. Everything, sleep, and it's just starts with hunger.
It does. Food and shelter. I always say food and shelter.
What is something about this work that surprised you in your first months on the job?
Just the sheer amount of food going in and out. It's incredible the amount of food going in and out of our space. It's really, really exciting to see. Everyone just rallies around it, especially when there was the government shutdown in the fall and those types of things. It really was so empowering to see the amount of food coming in and out of our space. So it's a lot of food. It's, I get a good workout moving boxes, which I love. But yeah, it's really awesome to see.
That's fantastic. And you said, I think the thing you just said that surprised me is $5. It's $5.
And that includes getting it here, so shipping it, getting it in, packing it, getting it out to the schools, all in $5.
And it's
That's
just
crazy.
Elementary school kids?
We are at a few middle schools.
Okay.
But again, we're mainly focused on elementary school because
Okay.
you can see the food is, I would say, more suited for the 3 to 10, 11-year-olds.
Right.
May not be as filling for a 14-year-old. We are in a few middle schools that need our support, though, and we're actively looking at different solutions of how to support middle schoolers, again, who might need a little bit more protein and who are growing in different phases of their lives.
And one thing that I liked, I think Jen might have said it last year, is it's not like it's a siren pointing to the bag for these kids of like, you're getting this bag. It's like very discreet. It's very just like, here you go.
Most of the time it's happening over recess. So, if you think of backpacks in a cubby in a classroom, kids go out to recess, a teacher or a teacher's assistant will drop the bags in the kids, and so that way it's super discreet.
I love that.
Which again
really
is super
nice.
important. We do have some schools who are feeding full classrooms, so for them it's a little bit different, but we definitely want to make sure it's discreet. We want to reduce stigma around food insecurity as much as we can, because everyone deserves to be full and to be fed.
Yes. You guys are doing such great work.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah.
We hope you come back and,
Absolutely.
well, you'll be back next year to do this event again, right?
Yes, absolutely. And we really do appreciate the city's support. I mean, we receive funding from the city. It really just allows us to mobilize. So, it sounds like they just finished.
Oh my gosh! Look at this! Thank you so much.
Thank you both. Appreciate it.
What a
Thank you.
fantastic, you guys. That couldn't have worked out any
I know,
better.
right? Great timing.
They're doing such good work.
You think they were just trying to time it to see if we
Yeah,
could?
so they were just stretching out the last bag being packed. And they were saying, oh, wait, they're done now.
Yes.
Honestly, though, guys, check out Blessings in a Backpack. Check out the Mayor's Giveaday in May. Website, again, that's FrederickMD.gov/giveaday. You can also check out, too, there's a link to our USA 250 page. So you can check out more events. We might have more service projects, but we just had a ton of city employees and Blessings in a Backpack volunteers pack. How many bags did we pack? About 300 bags. That's Councilmember Shackelford coming in with the assist for the number of bags. 600! He only packed 300 himself. What else do we got? I think that's it.
I think that's it. Do we want to mention anything that's coming up? But
Just check out, there's so many more opportunities to volunteer with Mayor's Giveaday in May. We're going to have some good Behind the Spires episodes, but I think the best way to stay informed is to really check out that website. And there, like Shana mentioned, like the mayor mentioned, there's so many other opportunities for folks who want to get involved to volunteer.
And I think a good way to kind of close this up is my quote that I do at the end.
Please.
There's no better way to explain the quote of kindness costs us nothing than to see what everybody's doing out here, because it means everything.
I stepped on it, but kindness does mean everything. So thank you guys so much for being with us today, and we will see you next time.
On Behind the Spires.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, look at that. Look at how many boxes there are.
That's a lot.